Farms. Well, a little different format starting the video out here. Not sure how it's going to turn out. Don't really have a good spot to put the camera in the little car here, but anyway, today's Wednesday, March 31st. It's my first full day off of work. Said many times me and the wife are leaving for the beach tomorrow around lunch. I'm not sure when you're going to be watching this video. I've got several of them I'm going to upload or scheduled to upload through our vacation. No big deal, just some of my OCD. They're not the best videos in the world, just stuff that I'm having to do. So just left the house. I'm headed to Harbor Freight. I've got to pick up some tools to get this truck apart. I started on it yesterday and realized real quick that I didn't have the tools that I needed, the millimeter impacts and wrenches and sockets and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and bite the bullet and pick up a few sets of smaller stuff that I need for this project and for some upcoming stuff. And then we're going to head back and try to work on the truck today. I ended up tearing some of it apart yesterday, or what I could get apart. All I managed to get off was the brake caliper bracket. This truck doesn't have a bit of rust in it, zero rust at all, and I mean, it was. I'll show you the wrench I've been trying to get this brake caliper bolt out. But anyway, regardless of that, I realized the ball joints were not going to be able to be bypassed like I thought. More play than what I anticipated, and so I had to order a set of ball joints, and that is a huge ordeal on its own. The whole ball joint debacle and debate with mid-2000s Dodge Ram 4-wheel-drive 25 and 3500 trucks. Anyway, I'm not spending $800–900 on a set of ball joints. I don't care if I have to replace them every 6 months. These have made it for 160,000 miles, and we're going to roll with something pretty close to that. So that's the plan and agenda for today. A little different camera angle here starting out. I meant to bring a mount home because I'd planned to do this on the way this morning because it's nasty out already, windy and rainy. So apologize for the steering wheel turning and me probably looking like I'm sitting on top of a stool or something here. But the little car, love it. It was a great thing when I got it. It worked out. I'm proud of the daughter for getting her a brand new car she's paying for. She deserved that. And it worked out just right time with this truck, especially with all the problems I've had, because it's been down now for well over a month. But anyway, I'll bring you back a little bit after we get finished over at Harbor Freight, show you what I got, and then we'll get into the truck and see where we can go from there. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm back. We'll go over a few things here. I was able to pick up at Harbor Freight this morning. Got a set of 1/2-inch drive impact deep sockets. If any of you watched the trailer videos, my dad bought me a brand new impact gun from Harbor Freight. Air works perfect, and I went to put the trailer wheel on, and I didn't even have a deep socket for the lug nut. So this is something I definitely needed. This one ranges from 7/16 all the way up to 1.25 inches. That'll get me by for what I do here. I need to go ahead and pick those up. I went ahead and got a set of metric impact swivels. Ranges from 13mm up to 21mm. You got to be careful in these sets sometimes because a lot of metric stuff standard is 17 and 18mm. Most cheap sets come with 17mm, but you've got to be careful and make sure that 18 is included. That's what size the brake caliper brackets are. That's what size the wheel hubs are on this truck. The 3/4 is just too loose for that, so I hate metric stuff, but anyway, it broke down. Having the Honda now, there's a couple things on that these swivels will come in handy, so I went ahead and bought a full set of those, pretty cheap. Next thing is just a set of standard shallow metric sockets. I have some of these in the set that I already have, but again, same concept. It did not have the 18mm. The set I've got went from 17 to 21, so at least I've got an 18 and a 19 now. So you really got to be careful when you're buying cheaper tools because they'll skip over some sizes. I think the 18mm is pretty common. I know 17 is on metric stuff, but anyway, I needed an 18 for the brake caliper brackets. I can get the impact on that, and then I'm not sure if the swivel's going to work in there or if I can get a standard socket, but needed these anyway. So and I went ahead and picked up these cheap little organizer boxes here. I figured I'm very anal about, with my OCD, about the sockets. I like the little plastic trays that they come in. They're organized, they're all in one set. I don't like these hodgepodge, things they come with. So I bought these. I bought 2 of them actually, and I'm going to combine the swivel sockets and the metrics in one of these, and then I'm going to put the deep sockets in another one, just so I can have a carrying case. Again, that's just my OCD. But I mentioned in the earlier clip about this wrench. Again, this is just cheap China-made wrench here. It says China right there, but it did not have that angle on it from the factory. So this is the only 18mm tool that I had. It's a 12 point, and of course I did the leverage trick, and as tight as the bracket bolts were, I bent the end of this wrench getting the top one loose, and I like to never got the bottom one loose. I actually had to put a pipe wrench on the collar of the bolt. It's a 18mm head with a pretty decent collar, thank goodness, and between that and putting this wrench on there, I was able to get it. I still rounded the head off some, so I'm going to have to contact the dealership and see if I can get another brake caliper bolt, ready to pick one up at the junkyard. So just thought I'd show you what I got at Harbor Freight this morning. We'll see if any of these tools are going to make the process easier in the truck, so let's get started with that. Let's get started here. Tuck my shirt tail in, so hopefully there won't be any plumber's crack here. I've seen that in a couple videos. I apologize for that. We'll use the air. The air compressor comes on. It's far enough away, hopefully it won't be too bad. But I've already got the passenger side brake caliper off and managed to get the bracket off. Talked about that earlier. This side I haven't done anything but check the play. I don't know if it'll pick it up, but it does have some motion in it. It doesn't feel that bad, but after reading and researching and whatever else, I'm just going to, like I said, go ahead and put ball joints in it. So that presents a new element to the situation, but let's see if we can get some of this apart. I'll try to talk a little bit in here. I'm sure you guys get tired of hearing that, but we'll get some of it in real time. We'll speed some of it up. I'm not sure. A couple people said they wanted to see some of the videos of the truck repairs, so like I said, not directly farming equipment, but I've got to get this thing back on the road. I don't realize how much I use it until I don't have it, and these 2 pieces of farm equipment looming I've got to go pick up. So I brought every tool over here that I needed, I thought, except for the one socket for the brake caliper itself. Let me go get that. I don't care how prepared I think I am. When I hit that button on the camera to start recording, I'm going to realize I forgot something. But anyway. 14mm on the brake calipers themselves. That actually feels a little bit loose on this side. Wow, struggle to reel. Must be 13. You see what I'm talking about? Yep, 13. Bless my heart. Anyway, okay, let's say 13mm on the brake caliper. I've had this truck 6 years. I've only put about 45,000 miles on it. Never had to do anything to the front brakes. The pads still look good. The rotors look good. So I've never actually had these off. I had to put 2 rear calipers on it as soon as I got it. One actually locked up on the way home from the place I bought it from, and it wasn't a month or so later the other one, so I put 2 calipers on the back. Pads were good. I believe this truck has a leveling kit on it, and I bought it from a used car lot, and I believe someone had it jacked up with bigger tires, dual exhaust, stereo system, and when I got it, the exhaust was new. The wheels looked pretty new, so I think the used car lot took everything aftermarket off and put it back stock. So, and I think they did the brakes while they had it off. So, but like I said, 160,000 is what it's got on it right now, so it's not too bad. But again, I'll say ahead of time, this is just like the everything else. I'm not a professional at any of this, so just kind of wing it and go from there. YouTube's a fabulous thing as far as watching videos and learning stuff, so that's what I've been doing. Here we go. And of course, I forgot the rubber strap to hold the brake caliper up. Wow. Okay, we got the caliper strapped up. I thought I'd at least bring some of this along in real time to see. Watch this side brake caliper bracket come right off, but this is what I had so much trouble with yesterday. And I was kind of disappointed my impact gun wouldn't even touch it, which I run a 3/8 hose versus a 1/2 inch hose, so they wouldn't budge them. But I really didn't have the right socket, so I didn't want to hammer on it too much. All I had was a 3/4 and that was too loose, so now I've got the 18, so let's see what happens. Yeah, that's unreal. Not even gonna be able to get it on that one. I don't know why I think whoever put the brakes on must have put Loctite on it, because like I said, there's no rust at all in this truck whatsoever, none. So let's see if we can break a breaker bar on camera. Wow. All right, let me move you guys a different angle. Okay, we'll try that. See if I can knock the tripod over. Good Lord, there's no sense in that. Praise the Lord for the right socket this morning. I fought that other side for probably an hour yesterday. Like I said, ended up rounding the bolt off. Okay. There's just no sense in a brake caliper bracket bolt being that tight. I think I need to upsize my air line to 1/2 inch, I believe, on the air compressor. Get a little more CFM flowing through it, which I got the compressor turned down to I think 118 PSI, so I should turn it up to 130, 140 and probably be fine. But okay, well, praise the Lord, I went to Harbor Freight and bought those sockets this morning. I knew there was no way I was going to fight it with what I had. I despise metric stuff. It just brings in a whole new element to my patriotic side, I guess you should say, but whatever. About everything's going to it. Alright, we'll get this off, and I'll get the rotor off, and I'll show you what we're looking at, and then I'll turn some of it on high speed, and so I don't sit here and bore you guys with a long drawn out video, and then we'll explain. Pads are decent. I mean, they're halfway gone. If you can see all this rust, I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but that's all from that U-joint that I showed in a previous video that is bad here, that started this whole ordeal. So okay, let's get you set up again somewhere different. Okay, everybody, we'll wrap this one up for today. That completes the process of one side of the truck. Wheel hub, bearing assembly removed, axle, shaft removed. The U-joint here is what caused all this to begin with. Got to replace that, which getting this out, I hear a lot of them are rusty and whatever, but I'll replace them anyway. And then the ball joints, of course, everything else seems tight. Say a couple of things. I don't know how much you can see in the time lapse, but I basically weld on this. To get it out, I do everything backwards myself. So I drove a punch in or a chisel in, Didn't hurt the knuckle itself. Gnarled up the corners here just a little bit of this. If you weren't replacing these, I wouldn't suggest doing that. There's several different tricks on YouTube. Something about putting a bolt in here and turning the wheel and pushing it out. You know, a big air hammer. There's a puller. Like I said, I knew that I was going to be replacing it, so I just went ahead and whaled on it and got it out. So I wouldn't try that unless you're going to replace it, and I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's the way I did it. So the only casualty of battle was I had got the chisel in on this, which is no big deal. This is just the dust shield for the rotor, so I can flatten that back out. That's not a big deal at all. So that's it. I'm not going to film the other side. I've got to do all the same there. All I've got off on the other side, like I said, is the brake caliper bracket, so I've got to go through all this process. But this video is probably going to be 15 to 18 minutes long already. I don't even know if you guys will make it this far, but when I get the ball joints in, I might get a little bit of video of pressing those in and out, just because that was something interesting for me to see, different angles of stuff on YouTube. It takes a special, not a special, but I guess because the ball joints are so big around, a special sleeve. They say you can rent the bigger tools from like O'Reilly's or Advance or something like that to do it, so I'm going to give that a shot. Like I said, this truck's not rusty at all, so you know, if you live up north or anything else in the Rust Belt, you know, I've watched South Main Auto do this before, and it's just a nightmare with all the rust and stuff you guys have up there with the salt. I got lucky here at Southern, still had to beat it out, lubed it up quite a bit, but you know, it is what it is. So here I am babbling again, making this video even longer. So just wanted to say thank you everybody for watching. Please consider subscribing if you hadn't already. It doesn't cost a thing. Just hit the button there at the video. Thumbs up if you like what you see. Thumbs down, I understand it's not for everybody. Definitely different here. Share the video, get it out there. Somebody might, you know, I don't know that you're going to consider this a tutorial, but anyway, process if somebody doesn't know what they're doing. I got it apart, so somebody might want to see that. This is all the process. Like I said, this is the haul truck that basically gets everything here. I've got my big truck, but I'm looking at 2 to 3 hours one way, and that's a long shot with the big truck, rough ride. So we've got to get the haul truck back so we can get the farm equipment here. So again, it's all part of it. But I've babbled enough. Thank you again. Till next time.